All right, let's get into our agenda, and it does belong to the past three premiership coaches, those who have done it, those who know how to do it. We start with Craig McRae, whose Magpies have lived both journeys in the same season, runaway leaders and holding on by the skin of their teeth.
Don't you want to be them? They're top of the pops, Collingwood. The team to beat in 2025. A 1-point win to the Pies. You just can't beat them in close finishes. You just can't beat them.
History says it's hard to lead wire to wire, so you're not quite going to go wire to wire.
We did it the other year.
You did.
I keep hearing that. We're playing too well, apparently. I can't have that. Why do you want us to play worse?
No.
I just don't get it. We're in the positions of getting better. That's what we try to do. We want to improve ourselves. You saw us today. We've got a heap of improvements left in us.
Collingwood has done nothing less than salvaged its premiership mission.
16 wins and a good percentage. I'm sure anyone in this room would be pretty happy with that at the start of the year. It's a crazy year when 16 sort of, you're not sure where you're going to land. We celebrated that just after with our whole group, and we put ourselves, we've got a pulse now, we're alive.
Top four finish and a trip back to Adelaide, having just done that a couple of weeks ago. The Collingwood coach, Craig McRae, is with us in the studio. Craig, always great to have you on 360.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Good to see you, Gerard, Gary.
I was driving home on Friday night, listening on the radio, got home for the last quarter thinking, did you get to it? Did you get to the last quarter of Port Adelaide?
I stayed around in the rooms, funny enough,
Yep.
and left my press conference and went straight into the little coaches' room there. And we had a gathering of people there, and I've never
Did you ride it?
I've never cheered for Port, but
Yes.
I did that night. Yeah, no, I was riding every bump. Yep.
Does it feel, having won a premiership and then missed the final series altogether? I mean, the feeling that you have now, is not a greater appreciation, because everyone knows how important it is, but nice to be back in.
Yeah, absolutely. And you set yourself a long time ago. We've had a long time to think about this campaign, and a lot of hard work going into it. And I was really excited after the game. One that get ourselves moving, and it gets Melbourne played extremely well, and to get over the line with some energy of wanting to win, and then just to know that we're in the finals, potentially top four, it was really exciting. Yeah.
2 years ago, you used this week especially well. It became the starting off point for the club's documentary. So does that, have you been thinking about this week, how to frame it, what you're about to do, given what you've been through before?
Yeah, I haven't slept, Gerard.
Yes.
There's been many little things trying to get this right. We've got a gathering at the MCG tomorrow afternoon, and we set a new thing, because it's a new season, and we realised that, right back from qualifying days, you've got to get yourself in a position to be here. We are here now, and we'd like to think we've got as good a chance as anyone, and we want to reset our focus.
Is this a team that can gather in that sort of way?
Yeah, well, we got accused of having the most experience and the oldest list in the competition. This is when you want it, and so we like to think there's a lot of reasons why we can go deep.
It's an interesting. That in itself is interesting, isn't it? Because the narrative was really strong pre-season rather. You lose that first game, the ridiculous knee-jerk. We get all that, but there's attrition. You know it as well as anyone. And then the back half's been, it's been hard work. But you've got there. Do you put that down to that in any way, shape or form?
Oh, there's no doubt. We had a period where we played 3 games in 12 days, and we looked at ourselves in the mirror and said, I don't think we managed that well. Without disrespecting Hawthorn, we were enormous against us that night. So there's always little things you're gathering along the way. Gerard Wade and our high performance team have done a really, really good job. We're in good shape. Our numbers say that around GPS, and the health of the list is pretty good.
So when we look at those numbers, what struck me about all this is, as you were losing games, and you got a bit of a whack there from the Hawks, but when you go back and look at your defensive numbers, your defensive stuff stood up really well throughout all that.
Yeah. No, we've won one of our last one, and we're on a roll. No, we look at the things that matter for us, and there's some stuff in that we looked at wasn't good enough, but a lot of close losses to good teams, and a couple of those away, and the Freo form stacks up, and now we played really well against them. But we're the best defence in the comp over 24 rounds. Those numbers don't lie.
So back to Adelaide, and we spoke to Matthew Nix about this last night. Given all that transpired, do you expect there to be any residual? Do you expect to be walking into an even more hostile environment?
Is it possible? I'm not sure. I don't know. I think you balance it all up and you realise that there was a record crowd that ever been at Adelaide Oval, a great combative game, and we thought we probably learnt good lessons from that night, and I'm sure they have too. So it'll be interesting how that plays out. Lessons learnt against each other. I don't know. I'd like to think not. Let the game be the game and embrace the contest for what is.
And what you have against that is it's an environment in which you have thrived, and it's a team against whom you have thrived. And the last result, I would say, is inconclusive and demanded the rematch.
Yeah. That's like you'd like to think that the numbers of the night were unrealistic, 71 inside 50s or whatever. I wouldn't be banking on that game. And we've always had a close game, so I wouldn't have thought there's a huge advantage either way. But we're going over. We understand we're going over the team that finished top. They've won 12 games in a row or something like that. So we know what we're in for. We're going to have to play our absolute best to beat an opposition that clearly you're on top of the ladder for a reason. That's the feedback. Yeah,
we spoke to Nixie last night, and when we walked away from that game as commentators, you go, wow, we haven't seen one like that before. With the look of it and the numbers, what's it going to look like again?
Yeah, well, the conditions sort of made it difficult to move the ball. Both teams were prepared to have spares. I'm not sure if they'll want to do that again or if we want to do that again. We'll wait and see. But there's a real good balance of the contest. You look at across every line, there's like, oh, that's a good matchup, or that's going to be a challenging part of the game. There's just something about these two teams that really challenge each other at their best.
The medical work has been done. It doesn't seem great for Jeremy Howe. What have you been told?
Well, he defies logic in his own mind, at least. He said to me today he's a good healer, as he did once before, and he's going to run tomorrow. And he's, apparently, without knowing all the details of this type of injury, that it's probably the best result for him to have a bit more of a serious tear to the adductor, and that allows him to now just heal the scar tissue. So we've got hope. 3 to 4 is probably optimistic, but we'll wait and see.
So 3 to 4 doesn't have him playing, does it?
Well, we've still got a week before we play again, so we'll wait and see. Again, his words out of his mouth today is keep the faith, and we'll just see how it transpires.
So you lose one, but you've gained DeGoey, who there was just this familiar look about it on Friday night.
Yeah, no, it was pleasing. And I said post-game I didn't probably expect that. I probably didn't think that was going to be the case based on what I'd been seeing and the time out of the game that he had. But his power's back. When he first was going to play his VFL game, he trained like this.
Right.
I thought, and everyone's just going, whoa, we're a bit of match play, and he's bursting out of stoppages, breaking tackles and kicking long goals like that. That's trademark Geordie, and going to be a new dad. He's really happy in himself and smiling, which is what we want from all our players.
You brought him when he came back. I don't know if you started him in the centre square, but he certainly was in there early. So there's no protecting. This is him and what he can do.
Oh, probably the early. I think first came back after VFL. We were a bit temperamental about putting him in for the long journey of it, and we're sort of managing time around that. He's become more of a mid in the last couple of weeks. It's just basically mid and less forward. The early days was a bit more forward mid, so that might be his path from here on in.
How did Brodie Myercheck go with the wrist scan?
Well, I don't like going to medical meetings early in the weeks because they tend to be not so glowing. But my reports are that most of our players will be fit and available to play. So we'll just have to wait how that works out. And I'd be surprised if most teams aren't now bruised and battered in some capacity. Some play with a little bit more this time of the year.
This far into the Scott Pendlebury journey, did he learn a new trick in the last quarter on Friday night?
Yeah. I don't want to give too much away around tactically, but I'm just amazed at his influence on our team still. Like he's 423 games, I think, on record. And I was just chatting to someone today, maybe the other coaches. Arguably, he's played better this year than last. And it's just the way he can find the space to, he's taking kick-ins and taking on. Is this the one here? Yeah, he's taking on Pickett here. I'm going, what? Just the confidence.
Did he do this himself?
Yeah, absolutely.
Just took it upon himself.
Just take him on. I don't know if I would have done that my first year. Like he's doing.
On the Cosy Pickett.
Cosy Pickett. And then all of a sudden changes the game. And no, he's remarkable and just continues to just turn up for us. And again, we go into finals time. I think everyone would be craving to have a Scott Pendlebury in their team right now, wouldn't they?
Oh, God, yeah. So how about you as a coach going back in this time round? So you've premiership, sat back and watched it all last year, and now here you are again. Are you better prepared, do you think, to coach in a final season?
Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure. I'll have a chat in a month's time, but we feel like there's nothing that's going to come across our path that we haven't sort of experienced before, and that's exciting in itself. I think within time and in my 50s now, you realise how close you are now. Like that's why I just know it's a whole new ball game, and you don't have to have style points. You're not going for a percentage now, and you just got to beat the opposition in front of you. And then if you don't do that, lucky enough qualifying fourth, you get another chance to do it, and then you're in a prelim, and anything matters, anything goes. I mean, so I'd like to think I'm a better placed experience-wise, but see how we go.
You're in good company with that group there. You spoke to us straight away on Friday night, and you're big on the reset. You sold that message hard. This is a brand new season, so you don't have to give much away. But the MCG tomorrow, how significant is that in all of this?
Yeah, I'd like to think it's significant is an interesting word, but it'll redirect our focus. And I'm a bit of a connector, so I'd like to connect people, and we'll do an exercise where we'll do that, and then we'll have dinner together in the MCG.
Right.
And there's about 90 people coming along, and staff and players, and
so it's just an internal
club thing. Yeah, and we'll. It's not going to be anything that you're going to go, that's going to change my world, but you'd like to think it redirects our focus for the next period, and then put all our energy into that.
You've got 3 in all-Australian reckoning, both Dacos boys and Jamie Elliott too.
Yeah.
For a period of time, he was absolutely exceptional. What would it mean to him if he got the nod?
This year in particular, Jamie being in the leadership group, he's grown so much. He's come, gone to another level with his footy, but I think he's gone another level as a person inside our environment, which we're really wrapped with his growth. It'll mean a lot to him and us. We want to be the environment that creates that, and we love our players being celebrated. There's 3. Darcy Cameron would be pretty stiff, I would have thought, taking that many marks. We'd like to think that we'll celebrate these guys at some stage. Maybe tomorrow could be a good opportunity time to do that.
And without directing you too far from the here and now, Jack Silvani has told Carlton he's a free agent. He's going to use that. You're clearly in the mix there. Are you hopeful he's going to choose you?
Yeah, well, we had a date and he hasn't called, and he's got a call from dating someone else, I hear. So I'm not
You haven't had a second yet?
No, I don't do second dates in this place. I'll leave it up to others. But apparently the Bulldogs are meeting with him too. So I don't know where it lands, but we'd like to continue to grow, as I've always said, and make our club a destination club for guys like him to come. So we'll wait and see on that one.
There's another really significant figure in this town who you've had a link with in Craig Bellamy, who's about to coach his 600th game with Melbourne Storm. I just wondered what goes through your mind there.
Unbelievable. I was asked to do a little short message to him last week. 600 games, and just the continuous nature of being in the top 4, top 2, and it is remarkable. And that club, that culture. I spent a small part of my life there. I was lucky enough to see some of the things in a sanctum, and trying to get those things to Collingwood around family and other parts. But I wish the Storm all the best, and Craig's is one of the best of all time.
What is one quality, for those that haven't been up close with him, we all sit back in awe, what is one quality that you
Consistency. I think he's just completely consistent, and he drives those standards. I think he's changed a fair bit. I see little bits of him change, like that the players are more engaged with him now. He's a lot different than what he was maybe 10 years ago. I think he would be the first to admit that, but incredible driver of culture, and what a great role model.
And for your Magpie Army, you've got a Magpie mega draw for September as the stakes are really high. And here there's a chance to win cars, caravans, European Emirates flights and the like. So that's your QR code to join in the fun there.
Yeah, we should buy a ticket, Gary.
I will be. $25.
I'm selling them.
You're selling?
I was going to sell 3 for $5.
Three for $5.
Second prize, a meat tray.
That's a far cry from the prizes we used to have. Caravans and European flights.
Crusader caravans and Ssangyong cars now. In Emirates we're doing quite well. Yeah, but, get on board Magpie Army. It's I might go around the ground before Adelaide Oval and try to sell a few tickets. Huh?
We can take the blanket.
Yeah.
All right. As we let you go, can you win it?
Yeah, I think we can. And like the other 8 teams would be saying the same thing. It's small margins around now, and we'll give it our best shot.
Good luck, Craig. Great to see you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.